Hey guys, Ben with Income Option Trading here today on Thursday, December 19th, day after that FOMC meeting that had the second biggest ever vol expansion ever in the market. So pretty big day. I didn't have a recap video yesterday, so I'll touch on that a little bit. But first, we'll talk about today, and then we'll talk about yesterday. So today, up just shy of 600 bucks. Today, I took it a little bit easier. Didn't do a whole lot. VIX was down overnight, so normally I would have done just my reverse iron fly. I know on that, I've said reverse iron condor a lot in videos. It's really a reverse iron fly. So I'm buying the straddle and then selling the wings 30 points out. So these diagonal lines are the break evens of that trade. It was a loser for the majority of the day. It got profitable in this range, and I closed out for a very small loss here, just because for the first, up until probably 2 o'clock, it was a loser from when I put it on. So I got out at a small loss there. But because vol was expanded so much yesterday with that giant move, I also did my normal iron condor in the morning, and that one I sold the 58.15 puts, which were 40 points below this line here, so never even got close to that. And I'll probably look to be doing that tomorrow, regardless on if VIX is up or down overnight. The /VX, which is kind of the spot VIX, is up right now, and VIX is still just shy of 24, so it's very inflated. So I'll probably still sell that iron condor tomorrow, regardless on if VIX is up or down overnight, just because of that huge vol, and it's more likely to contract than expand. But we'll see how the night plays out as well. So that one, I was fine all day. I was fighting the reverse iron fly. I got out for a small loss. At 12:30, there was a small uptrend here, so I thought the put spread, you could get pretty far. So I was at the 55, so I was about 45 points away at this point, which is 0.75%. So I thought it was relatively safe, and I actually closed that. I didn't put the arrow, but I actually closed it right here for like 10 cents, just because I didn't want this to continue on and be down on the day. So I took a little bit of money off the table. Also, if I would have kept this on, it would have been a full winner if I would have left it. And the parameters say to leave it till the end of the day, but with yesterday, I wanted to not have a big loss. And if it would have came back up and sat at 59.20 like it did here at 1 o'clock, it wasn't a max loser, but it was a pretty big red number. So I got out when it was basically break even. Just mentally, that felt better. So ended up today just north of 550. I think it was like 575. So not gonna complain. So that was today. Let's talk about yesterday real quick. So I did do a recap. I did not do a recap video yesterday. And reason for that, yesterday was not the best day for me. I had a tough day at work. I've been fighting a cold all week, and yesterday I felt pretty sick, and then didn't do the best trading. So I decided to skip yesterday and take a nap instead. But yesterday, before the Fed announcement, I told myself I was just going to trade in the morning, take off my trades before FOMC hit at 1 o'clock, and then not trade the afternoon. And if I had just done that, I would have turned out nicely. So came through here. I was up a couple $100 when I closed out my trades. And then somewhere in here, I decided to sell some put spreads because if you look at the Fed announcement or the Fed days, really this year, a lot of the moves have been muted or they've been up. So I figured the chances that we have a big down move were small, but I didn't anticipate the renewed guidance of basically reduced interest, reduced number of cuts for next year. And not only that, but all the officials, there's 19 of them on the board. They all have a different idea of how many cuts from 0 to 5. So, they're all over the board. Powell said that inflation's still on the table. It's higher than they expected. So a lot of that, I think, you saw it coming, but the market just reacted like crazy. And the VIX, like I said, it was the second biggest vol expansion in the history of the market, and the first biggest was back in August on that basically 1 day move. So it was pretty big day. So anyways, I sold some puts here. I don't remember exactly the strikes, but because vol expanded so quickly, I usually do the close on a stop out, and the loss got quite big. And so I decided to sell some more put spreads to try to break even, and that didn't work. And I closed out, over in here somewhere, I think. And then I took the rest of the day off, but was down around 10K, which not fun at all. But I've had some good weeks coming up, so it's gonna make that back here eventually. Just a slow, steady pace. The other part that was really tough mentally for me. So normally when I sell these put spreads, and the market hits that line, I usually only close out the short and I leave the long, and usually it's because that long is only worth 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 cents. So I leave that on. But in this case, because of the vol expansion, those long puts had quite a bit of value. So I closed out the spread as a whole. It was still a big loss, but those longs helped it. But in hindsight, if I would have held on to, say, the 6,000 put, and it's 140 points further, that's a pretty big profit. So it wasn't just the 10K loss. It was also like, if I would have held on to my long puts, it would have been like a 20K gain. So it's like a 30K swing. And just mentally, I felt like, why didn't I do that? Why? First, if I would have just followed my rules and just only done the morning, gone away with 500, then it would have been just fine. But, I was like, oh, of course the Fed's gonna pump the money train and it's gonna go up. Or, they're gonna cut the rates 25 basis points, and that's exactly what the market expected. So it's gonna be a non-event. And, like I said, I didn't think about the guidance aspect for 2025. So, just unfortunate, but I posted on the Facebook page. I think it's important for traders to realize, part of being a trader is the mental aspect, and especially trading after a downfall. Today I traded smaller than normal, just to, I'll probably do that up until the new year, just, try to mentally get back in the right headspace, and then move on from there. So I think it's important to show both the good and the bad. So I shared that on Facebook yesterday. But if you zoom out a little bit, where we closed on the lows yesterday, we did have a little bit of a bounce, I think, after hours. But we closed basically at the same point that we closed yesterday. So and you can see that. I mean, we're down 6 points, down 5 points in the SPX. So we opened higher, came back down. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Tomorrow is quad witching. If we look at the volume here on ES, it should be like 2 million. Yeah, 2.25 million. It's the last day essentially to trade the December futures. Now it'll all be the March 25. So finishing up rolling, plus having a lot of activity with the big vol expansion and the end of the year. A lot of trading activity going on. So really active in the market. I'm glad that vol's back here for the start of the year coming up. I did get my account opened for the 50K account. So either tomorrow or next week sometime, I'll move that cash over, and then I'll start trading off of there. And my plan is to be more transparent with P&L and that kind of stuff. I will start to add more disclaimers. I have a disclaimer on my website. Everything I do is not financial advice. So just to make it clear, I'm going to be doing that in my videos too. So you can follow along and do whatever you want, but nothing that I do is a recommendation of you to follow it. So it's one of those things where it's I'm not the one clicking the button for you. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm showing you guys what I do, and that's it. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer, but I don't know your account size, your risk tolerance. I don't know what the market's going to do tomorrow, so I'm only trading what I think makes sense, and yeah, so that's all I'm doing. I think I'll wrap it up there. So plan to trade tomorrow. I think I'll do a recap video. I think so. I think I'm working all day, so I'll be here. But otherwise, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching.